So I've been wanting to tell this story for a while, but I don't want to get arrested. So we're all going to collectively decide right now that I was not trying to murder my husband. Okay. The story is me not trying to murder my husband. I'll do my best to make this quick, but it all started when we met and he told me he was allergic to poultry. Poultry. Okay. So like chicken, turkey, quail, all the feathers, which when we met, I didn't even eat red meat. Okay. I was like all white meat, health fanatic. Like this became an issue moving in together because it was two dinners all the time. And then you have a kid added in there. So it was me constantly trying to cook healthy for me, red meat for him, going to events, having to like be like, hey, is there red meat there? Is there only chicken? Like he was convinced that he was allergic to poultry. And I want to say, like, he was fully convinced that he was allergic to chicken. Like, he gave a very traumatic story about him working at Chick-fil-A when he was a teenager and how he almost died. So fully convinced that he was allergic. And there was a couple instances where I was like, okay, he's telling the truth because I think I gave him like some kind of chicken flavored chips one time. Chicken and a biscuit crackers, that's what it was. And they made his mouth itch. So I was like convinced, like, okay, he's for sure allergic. But then somewhere around like year 12 in our marriage, I had enough and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, he can't be allergic to chicken. Like, who's allergic to poultry? No one. I've never met anyone allergic to this. So I get my hands on a lot of Benadryl and I'm like, I'm going to slowly introduce poultry into his diet and maybe we can like fix this allergy. Am I a nurse? No. Do I know this is like not going to not hurt him? Also no. But I convinced myself that this is a great idea. And so I do it. Slowly, I start mixing ground chicken into ground beef, like a little bit, and then make sure he didn't have a reaction, and then a little bit, and then made sure he didn't have a reaction, and then a little bit more. Like I'm talking like spaghetti, chili, taco meat, all the things. This is I've been doing until I am 100% chicken. Okay, there is no red meat left, and this motherfucker isn't even scratching. He's not coughing. There are no breathing issues. There are no hives. So this is over a 6-month period, and I've now realized my husband has been making me make him a separate dinner the entire time we were together. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, I've been feeding you chicken for about 6 months now, and you're not allergic anymore. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? No idea. The dude has no idea. So I fry up some chicken, and I set it in front of him, and I'm like, eat the motherfucking chicken, Matt. And he's freaking out. Like, he's like, do you have an EpiPen? I'm like, I'm not eating this. Like, you can't. And I'm like, no, you're not allergic. You're going to sit here and you're going to eat this fried chicken and you're going to love it. So he eats the chicken and I have to go do something. And he's like, you can't leave. Like, what if I start like anaphylactic shock while you're gone? I'm like, you're not going to. Like, the Benadryl's right here. Feel free to take it. And I leave the house. And the rest is history. We now eat chicken. He doesn't need a second meal. But I went 12 years cooking a second meal.